But obviously I want to thank you guys for coming down. This is our second event that we're looking at now. First one was for charity, and that went excellent. You know, we reached our target. We got the container that's on its way, and you know, we raised a lot of money for Working Hospice, and we're still going to keep the donation link that will also go to Working Hospice. So we're going to carry on giving our charities to Working Hospice. So everyone who's fighting, once you're confirmed, once the fees are done, and your training and stuff, I'll be asking you guys to get your donation link sorted out. Or I'll just give you the one that we all had together from the last event, and we'll just basically share that out and start, you know, getting some funding for our local hospice because of the hard work they do on a daily basis. But yeah, I mean, is there any questions before I start? Any questions about potential, obviously, this event coming up, or any questions from last events or anything like that? Anyone got any questions? So everyone's just as shy as me. Huh?
How much do you get paid?
How much do you get paid? So okay, so in terms of the money stuff now, so the first event was all charity based.
Stop behind you.
Yeah. So everyone obviously upstairs, boys, hurry up. Everyone obviously, you know, when they're done everything, done the training, paid the fee, covered the training, it covers like, you know, glove costs, vest costs, because all these things they cost a lot of money. Now we're looking to, like, you know, start to pay fighters. And obviously now it's a business, it's an events business that I've opened up. Sounding right? You good? Take a seat, boys. Yeah. And what we're looking to do now is, you know, trying to pay the fighters. So there's two ways that we're looking at paying the fighters. What's that then? There's two ways that we're looking at paying the fighters now. And one way, I was speaking to my partner, some of you guys might know Solomon Ryder from Meda Gym. So he's my business partner now, right? So shout out to Solomon. And we had a little discussion. So we're deciding if we're now we're kind of like in a predicament. We're deciding how we're gonna, you know, pay the fighters, because I obviously, you know, now it's an events business. Now it's a proper, you know, company that I've opened up. I want to be able to still remember the routes that I'm doing. So I'm still giving a percentage of my profits to charity. So for the 5% that I'm giving towards ticket sales, that's going to the Poppy Appeal. Yeah. So we got to obviously remember the heroes who fought in our country in World War II, World War I, and all the other countries, and still fighting right now. And obviously, these guys are fighting, you know, and obviously they're putting their life on the line, so we can obviously live in this country and we can be in peace. So we have to obviously, I don't forget my roots, I need to make sure I'm giving my 5% of profits to, you know, the Poppy Appeal. And obviously, you know, the donation links, that's going straight towards the hospice. So there's two little things that we're doing for charity. We're not forgetting our roots here. Always remember where I come from. But in terms of paying the fighters, what we're looking at is two things. So we're looking at either having a set amount of money per fight. So a set amount of money per fight. I wouldn't know the exact figures yet. That's what I'll find out for you guys. But we'll have a set amount of money per fight. That's what we're looking at. And the winner takes, let's say, about 70% of profits, or of the cut. So let's say if there's like about £100 or £200 in each fight, and the fighter wins, he takes about 70% worth, and the loser still has something enough left off with him, so he can go out on another. You know what I mean? And obviously that's just one option. That's one option that we're looking at. Another option is depending on ticket sales. So if the guy's good at selling the tickets or the tables, then we'll give a certain amount of money towards those sales to the person, right? I'm also looking at another thing to help the guys out. Non-fighters, so guys who are coming to the camps, yeah, these are my products, these are my protein supplement products. There's an opportunity for guys out there who want to make a little bit of money. These normally go at 25 a piece, 1 kilo, right? The flavors are untouchable. Some of the brothers here, they've been to Rooster Shack and they know they've had they've had my protein shakes from there. They're one of my main suppliers. But you know, so for example, if someone was to sell these for, let's say, 25 a piece, you get yourself £5 commission straight away there and then, right? And I've got a full stock load of this stuff. So you know, if you guys looking at, you know, making extra sales, come to the camp, do a bit of, you know, promo and whatnot. And these stuff, they sell through the roof now. So there's a massive opportunity to make, you know, a lot of money. I know a lot of companies out there, they give you like 1 or 2% commission per product sold. I'm giving you straight £5, no mucking around here. You know? So that's another option to make money. So that's already 3 ways of income, potentially. Another one is obviously the track suits. Right now they're only at £35 a piece. These are the concept designs. So what I'm trying to do is trying to get each fighter to have an opportunity to sell. So my aim in the future is that I'll be able to have, you know, these fighters and get them sponsored, so I can go to them, listen here, here's your tracksuit, you're in. your tracksuit, here's a tub on the house, now you're fighting, blah blah. This is the future that I'm looking at, and then from there I can start saying, here's your code. This is your like discount code. Every time someone buys a product from a shop, which I'm working on right now, every time someone buys a product from your code in our shop, a certain amount of that fee as well also goes towards you guys as well. So that's basically online income coming in through for you guys. At the same time, you've got offline income potentially when you guys are selling these off as well. But yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of like the payment methods, isn't it? We're obviously trying to get people to try and make as much money as they can, potentially through obviously my products by commission, at the same time the tables or even the winnings of the fights. Is there any other questions? No? Nothing? No. Right, I am stalling. Okay. But yeah, so about the camp. Alright. 2nd of October is the first day of camp. Yeah? We're doing an 8-week camp. So we've got Jesse, we've got Joe Colville, and we've got David. Those 3 coaches, top level coaches. I mean, Ali Stewart would obviously know a lot, Raheel Akil would obviously know. These coaches are the reason why some of these guys from the last event fought so well, got their win under the belt, and had a lovely little trophy to show for it. And what the aim is that we do an 8-week camp from 2nd of October right till, you know, a few days before fight night. So the aim is that we'll do an 8-week camp, Tuesday 6:30 to 7:30, right? Friday 7 to 8 p.m. These are the camps. So obviously you turn up, you know, you'll get someone who obviously will be doing the admin stuff. So you'll come in, say your name and whatnot, and they'll tick you off. So we know your attendance, because at the end of the day, if we can see someone's attendance, then we know how much, what their fitness might be like. If someone's not attending much and not training outside, then we it's going to be a little bit, you know, trickier for us to kind of match you at the same time, because you got to understand it's going to be also, you know, in terms of matchmaking, you'll have the coaches. I'll also put my input in there in terms of matchmaking. There are some of the guys over here who are doing rematches from the last fight, which is exciting. Akil, shout out to Mr. Thanos over there. he's got a rematch. He didn't turn up because he didn't turn up today, unfortunately. But Captain America, tell him he'll turn up soon. On Fight Night he will be there. He will be there. So we'll see if there's a KO. I'm not sure. We'll see how.
You're gonna see a KO.
So yeah, so you know, we're doing an 8-week camp, 2 times a week. Come in, do your thing, train. Previously from the last camp, Jesse was happy if you guys do notify him on days that are off camp and are off peak to come in and do your own little training. If you're going to come in and do a little bit of bag work, or you know, do your own little kind of exercise downstairs, there's a little room for you to do some exercising there, a bit of stretching, a bit of technical work drills. You can come and do that on your own accord, but you do need to obviously either let me or Dan Sai from the group know, or you can speak to Jesse at the same time and have a chat with him. Obviously, you can't really go during the peak times, because that's when, you know, a lot of people are turning up doing their classes and their training sessions. But do have a chat with him. There's a lot of guys over here that I've actually trained myself during off-peak during the season and stuff, and that's when I was able to help these guys out. So that's the camp information. That's 8 weeks straight hardcore session. You're going to be losing a lot of weight. You're going to be getting cut to shreds, doing a lot of power, get a lot of drills in. You're going to get a lot of technical work in there as well. So you know, that's the whole point of this camp, you know, and all of this, including, you know, other fees that involved, all of this and the other costs that are involved, all of this for 40 quid is absolutely peanuts, you know. £2.50 a session is nothing. You go to other places, I mean, I'm a personal trainer, I charge £40 for a bloody hour, you know, and that's just one. My session ain't going to be as good as an 8-week session camp. So that's obviously, you know, in terms of the camp, that's all the information for that. Anyone have any questions before I proceed in regards to camp?
Do you get any trophies?
I think I might have to dash this at his head. Yes, we are going to get trophies. Shout out to my father, Abdul Wahid, aka Rocky. He was actually the one to get the trophies, because I initially was thinking, oh my god, we haven't got the funding and it's quite tricky to get the trophies sorted out, but we finally got the funding from obviously a few businesses, and my father was able to obviously get the trophies out. So the same trophy, we're looking at getting the same trophies, and obviously the fight of the night picture, the trophy, we're still going to bring that in. In fact, I might bring in a few more extra.
Are we true to my collection then, yeah?
What's that, sorry?
Are we true to my collection then, yeah?
You want two for your collection? Well, there is a runners-up available as well. But yeah, so no, yeah, we are going to be doing trophies. I mean, it's not going to be those little rubbish metal ones that everyone gives nowadays. We're giving proper trophies. Everyone who's fought here before, you'll know the type of trophies that we had some weight on that, or some real stuff. Any other questions about camp? Anyone apart from?
Do I need to attend camp?
Sorry?
Would I need to attend the 8 weeks?
Camp is extremely important that you turn up to. It is important. If you have trouble getting here in terms of travel, you do need to speak to us. And obviously from there we can obviously talk to you about how we can help you out. I'm a personal trainer myself, so if you have troubles with, like, you know, diet plans, fitness plans, if you're looking at like a little routine that you want to do at home, or if you want to know places near your area, I'm willing to help out and put some time in. That's exactly what I did for a gentleman who actually faced Mr. Akil over here. His name is Talib. His name is Talib, and he was obviously from London. And shout out to him for coming down, still fighting Akil. Fair play to him. He didn't come to, I don't think he actually came to any of the camp sessions. Still paid his fee, obviously, that's standard because he covers other costs. But once he paid his fee, he was straight away speaking to me, and I said to him, right, cool, look, you know what, you know, these are the programs I'm going to offer you. Obviously, for the guys who can't make, if you're from far away and you can't make any of the sessions in camp, I'll obviously sort out some proper serious deals for you guys. But you know, I gave him like a little nutrition plan, I gave him a fitness plan and stuff like that, and he's done his own training. At the same time, now I've got someone who obviously isn't here today, Dec1st. He's going to be doing a lot of the background work and stuff, and he will also be the face of this company at the same time. But you know, in terms of like fitness plans and all that stuff, you need ideas, need any help or inspiration, you've got two fully qualified personal trainers in this area. So we're always going to give you guys support. If there's any questions, you come speak to us. Preferably throw all your questions to Dec1st for the time being. But yeah, is there any other questions?
Is there going to be any belts on the line now as well, or is that in the process?
Yeah, I'm going to River Island and getting a few £5 ones for you, mate. Now, what's called the belts. So because now I've opened up a proper league, yeah, the aim is to try and obviously, you know, get these belts out there so I can try and give some kind of, what do you call it, fringe benefits per fighter. So let's say, for example, we've done this event and we've had a rough idea where people are in terms of rankings or in terms of like the level of skill. Let's say we do a show in March, because I'm already aiming at doing an event in March, April time. So let's say I do a show in March, April time. Same concept, paying the fighters, commission based on products, and obviously, you know, making an amazing show out of it. Everyone knows the atmosphere that turned up. The ones who turned up to the last event, the atmosphere was off the charts. And obviously what we're looking to do is, you know, we get these belts on board. So the whole point of getting a belt is there's an incentive. Not just, you know, you grab yourself a belt and be like, here you are, I've got a nice little belt here. But we're actually planning that every person who becomes a champion, he actually gets some, you know, discounts. He gets discounts from some of these leaflets that you're looking at right now. So for example, Rooster Shack is one of the clients I work with, Creams in Camberley, Guildford and Eastleigh. Then there's obviously a few more clients that'll be coming on board soon, and I will be giving shout outs to those guys as well. But these companies that I'll be working in very soon, what the idea is that when a person is a champion, right, obviously he's getting paid for fight, he's obviously getting paid for products that are sold. At the same time, while being a champion, once he's official, he will be getting discount on every single client that I work with. So you can go to Roosters and get a certain amount of discount from the food. If you haven't been to Rooster Shack, highly recommend you go there. It's absolutely lovely. That's the reason why I'm always there daily. But you know, you can go to Creams, go to all those locations I was telling you about. We'll get you some discount, stuff like that. And then let's say we've got another 3-4 more clients, which I've already got on the pipeline. For example, we are speaking to Milano's Pizza and Napil. We could possibly get you some good discounts there. So if you think about it as a champion, you could be walking around there thinking to yourself, all right, cool, I might not be getting paid because I'm not UFC right now, but I've got fringe benefits. I can go to these certain stores and get discount, and that's a nice little benefit to become a champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
We love food, don't we? Really?
If you guys like your food, I used to get more food clients then, I guess. But is there any other questions? Any other questions you got? All right. So in terms of the rules, so 16-ounce gloves we're still fighting in. So Akil, sorry, it's not going to be 8 ounce. I'm just joking.
Yeah, they can.
Shout out to Ruhil for recording for me, thank you very much. But no, so 16-ounce gloves. We are going to have contracts out. So there will be contracts that need to be signed. You'll have your medical information that needs to be filled in. It will also have the GP, the next of kin information. In terms of, what else is it called? What else was there? So yeah, so obviously before you fight, so before a person fights, the contracts must be signed. And obviously that's when I have to accumulate all the contracts and pass it on to the medics before you fight. So you can't fight until your contracts are completed. You can have everything paid off, you can do all the camps, you can do absolutely everything, you can smash people up in training and whatnot, but you can't fight until a contract is done. It's as simple as that. It's health and safety, and it's obviously, you've got to understand, there's reputation on the line from both companies, from all the companies that are involved. And it's obviously at the same time to protect you guys, because if something happens to you guys in the ring and the medic doesn't know any condition that you might possibly have or previously had, then that's going to become a real bad issue. So contracts are extremely important. Yes, we are fighting in 16-ounce gloves. I will provide the gloves. The last event, we had obviously some discrepancies about people saying, you know, we want to bring our own gloves and whatnot. The reason why I don't want people to bring their own gloves on fight night is because for some guys who are fighting, you tend to put your knuckles, you push your knuckles into the cushion, you try and get your knuckles in front more. So when you start doing all of that, you start tampering with it in a way. When you start going in the ring, those 16 ounces will feel like 10 ounces when you start landing them. And it's not fair for a guy who's wearing legit, you know, fresh pair of 16-ounce gloves, a little bit more cushioned up. Because at the end of the day, we've got to protect you guys. That's the whole point. So yeah, 16-ounce gloves, you don't need to worry about that. We provide that. The head guards, we provide. So if you guys want to fight with head guards, not a problem. The contract will be written on there. If you want to fight head guards, drop a little tick. And you know, if you let's say you've got a matchup, and one of them says, oh, you know what, I'll fight with a head guard, and the other gentleman's like, you know what, I'll fight with a head guard too. That's fine. You have to do it anyway, regardless. Because, for example, if one person says I'll fight with a head guard, and the other one says no, I don't do it without a head guard, it makes the matchup completely just in terms of like the way it looks, the event looks silly. At the same time, you know, it's just something that it's not fair. If the guy's got the head guard, he might be able to take a little bit more damage, which is not always a good thing. And then obviously, you know, start dishing out more, and it just kind of ruins the whole flow of the whole fight. So you know, if you're matched up with someone and they're like, look, we want to do it in head guards, have a chat with them. And if you're not interested in doing head guards, have a little chat with them. If there's any issues, you come speak to me and I'll settle it from there. What else is there? The food. So what I'm doing now, I'm changing a few little things. So initially, what we had obviously Uncle Naf. You guys probably won't, not many people will know who Uncle Naf is, but eventually you will soon. Uncle Naf was the gentleman who was handling all the food for us. Him and his team done a tremendous job, made sure everyone was served their food. But now what we're looking to do is change a few things around a little bit. Because the layout was a little bit different, some tables had to be changed the way the ring was set up. What we're looking to do now is the VIP tables are the only ones who get food inclusive and service inclusive, and then the ones who, the other tables, the silver seated tables, they don't come with food. However, this is where it becomes obviously a lot more interesting. The ticket prices, which everyone was obviously probably itching about to know. Right? Now, because obviously I'm not 100% charity from the first one. The first one was full 100% charity, that's why I charged that kind of price. Now, my ticket prices are right now going to be standing £20 for standing ticket price, okay? For silver seated, there will be £30, so there will be cheaper than UWCB. So there will be £30, including nothing obviously, but you know, you've got yourself a nice table, and the views always tend to be quite good anyway, because the venue's not exactly, you know, Mandalay Bay, but the venue's beautiful if you actually been there before. But yeah, so it's £30 for the silver seated seats, and then for VIP we've brought it down to £40. So if anything, we've dropped everything down to £10 less, which I think is a fair price. If I see a lot of nods, that's good. So yeah, so VIP £40 includes foods and drink and service, and then you got silver seated, which is £30. Then you got your standing, which is £20. You can get that through the door. Now, in terms of the alcohol, because I know that Alex is looking at me right now, Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. Now, the reason why I didn't do alcohol on in the first event is we were fighting against obviously TV promotions. Shout out to Ali Mahmood. The brothers from Slough came down to obviously face the guys from Woking. Very good event from both parties. The reason why I didn't want to do alcohol is because obviously we don't want beef kicking off in the event. I mean, you got to understand, right? When there's a press conference that happens, things stir up quite a lot, and people tend to keep that grudge, and their whole team and their whole clique, whatever, keep that grudge till fight night and start kicking off. So sometimes alcohol tends to be a bad thing in a way. But what I'm looking to do is, you know, instead of obviously selling alcohol on the doors, we did have people obviously who had a bit of alcohol outside. There are pubs and clubs and stuff like that. Feel free to go outside and do what you got to do. That's not a problem by me. However, obviously we don't want you guys coming in and trying to smuggle alcohol and stuff. We don't need no Pablos here, okay? But yeah, we're not looking to sell no alcohol in the venue. The venue owner himself, Solomon Raja himself, specifically demands that there's no alcohol sold inside. However, if you guys want to go out for a drink, there's a lot of pubs nearby. In fact, I actually found a fighter who came from the pub
3 hours before.
3 hours before the fight. Thank you very much. His name's Phil. You know who he is, isn't it, Alex? Yeah, he came out. He comes up to me. He had 6 pints. Turns up at the front. He goes, "Yeah, I'll have a little box." Who's at 85 kg? And he actually somehow passed the medical. But at the end, it was all legit because he was all functioning fine. I can obviously had a little bit of alcohol, but I said to him, "Look, you know, if you're medically fit, not a problem. We'll obviously keep your eyes on you." And he fought an amazing fight. Probably one of the best fights that are out there on the night.
Did he win?
No, he won, lost on points, but he done a very good fight. We might be seeing him soon. I've got a few of my brothers from Farnborough, Ryan Kavanagh. You got Gary Allen, Gary Woodward. Hope Gary Woodward gets well soon. And obviously we'll hopefully
If you want to find him, he's on Ludlow Road.
Who's that?
If you want to find him, he's on Ludlow Road.
Ludlow Road, that's it, yeah. Get him out at the moment, he's in the...
Bring a glass of
But yeah, so, you know, what I'm trying to say is the alcohol stuff, look guys, we have to do that outside the venue, yeah? But don't do it in the car parks, please. Specifically, don't go out there and start doing your little mixes and stuff, your little pre-night out drinks and stuff in the car park, yeah? And I highly recommend, I don't really want that to happen. There's a lot of noise pollution that can occur. We can get complaints from the apartments that are near the venue. So if you are going to go do your drinking and whatnot, if you're fighting, I obviously highly recommend you don't. For the people who are turning up, so friends and family who are turning up, if they do want a little drink, little bit, you get a little bit tipsy and whatnot, then cool, that's fine. Go ahead, go out there, do your thing, and then come in. But as long as you're not violent, we are happy for you to come in and have an amazing night. We have no problem with that. So obviously that's alcohol out of the way. Obviously no drugs. What else is there? The fight night vests. So the fight night vest I will provide. And we are obviously working on the designs, working on the new companies that are coming on board. And obviously we're going to get the names on there and sorted out. The music obviously is going to still be the same. So the DJ that we got, Stuart, is still the same. I think it was a good DJ. Yeah. Is there any other questions that anyone else has? Any questions?
Is there a minimum amount of tickets per person?
So the last event, what we were looking at is that, you know, if let's say we've got around, the aim is to get about 20 fights. So let's say we've got, you know, 40 people fighting. We're looking at aiming. What's that, lad? You alright? Come upstairs, boys. Hurry up. So what we're looking at is that, you know, each fighter sells at least minimum 5 tickets that we're looking at. Because there are some people out there who will be able to sell tickets a lot, easy. You know, we had some of the brothers had problems selling tickets. To be honest, it's not their fault. The reason why is the prices were very high. It's as simple as that. The prices were very high for charity, so it's quite tricky to sell a ticket. But now, because we've dropped the prices, tickets, you know, we're looking at maybe getting, you know, 5 tickets minimum. Just get them out of the way. And we'll always have more tickets available anyway. In fact, on the night we actually had the phones were going off through the roof. Right? I had to even turn my phone off. I turned my phone off, and it made no difference. The actual venue receptionist was calling up. It was getting phone calls saying, you know, we want tickets. So that's the good thing. So we will sell out regardless anyway. But yeah, I would say 5 tickets minimum. It'll be nice to sell. But because we've got tables that are going to be filling 10 people. If you don't want things to be a little bit awkward, then you just got to sell your tickets. That's simple as that, right?
Is it 10 per table still?
Yeah, 10 per table. Those tables are massive. I mean, that could have blocked the sun. I think I'm going to drop the size down a little bit.
We did
People
see.
sitting at tables
Add
anyway.
seats.
They brought their chairs round, didn't they?
Yeah. Sorry?
seats?
Sorry?
Add seats to the table.
Have we got seats?
Can you add seats to
Can
the
you
table?
add? No, 10 will fit because what happened is, right, is the last event we had 6-foot tables, right? Hassan Sheh and Shamir, shout out to the brothers out there who turned up in the morning with me. Those tables were massive, literally. You couldn't pick them up, you have to roll them, right? And those were too big. So now I've actually looked at the 5'6" tables, and they're a little bit smaller, just a little tiny bit, but it fits enough. So we're looking at now fitting 30 tables instead of 27. So there's already going to be potentially 300 people sitting, and in terms of standing, now because we've already made the noise in Aldershot, we're already looking at bringing another 100 people standing, maybe even more. And to make things a little bit more exciting for you guys, we've got Alex Reed official. He is actually going to be our referee. So if you guys want to take a picture with him, go ahead, not a problem. I might have a little chat with him if he's interested in being in the press conference. So if you guys want to have a little chat with him or whatnot, take some photos, not a problem. But yeah, Alex Reed was, he is going to be our official ref in Aldershot from now on. It's his hometown, he's ex-army, so why not? Any other questions?
Do we still share the table like we did last time?
Well, you are Pakistani, so you can do that, yeah. No problem. I can understand, yeah.
Age limit.
Like I was saying, you know, I mean, people, if let's say Ali and Akil are like, you know what, let's just sell 5 a piece, not a problem, go ahead. And if you feel like, oh my God, these other 5 people are coming from next place, and these other 5 people are asking questions, if these guys want to get tables again, throw them in another separate table. So right now, my aim right now is to obviously, you know, get more clients on board. Already got a good amount of funding coming in. Got a big meeting coming in this week. So fingers crossed that goes well. And then obviously from there, I'm just straight away looking at designing the layout again. Right, got to redesign the layout, and then obviously I've got to start printing out the tickets. So those 2 things that we're looking at doing. We are tightening up the security a lot more this time. Obviously because everything I did by myself was a bit tricky. But now I'm not officially going to be running the actual event. So my aim is to make sure camp is all working and stuff. I'm doing a lot of the background work, so a lot of the business development, a lot of the you know, the stuff that is behind the scenes. I'm doing a lot of that, a lot of planning and organising. That's what I'm going to be doing. You are going to be having the opportunity to annoy Dan Sahi, which you will see again, another pretty face. He will be obviously attending camps. So if there's any questions you have for him, go ahead. But I'll be doing a lot of the background work, a lot of meetings, so I'll be extremely busy. But if you guys do miss me a little bit, and I hope you do drop me a message, it'll be quite nice. And I'll obviously, you know, come to see you and stuff. If you have any issues, no problem, come in and speak to me. I have no problem to help you guys out. Look, the whole point of this event is not just purely business and paying the fighters and, you know, making, you know, putting Woking on the map, putting Aldershot on the map, and just bringing all people together and stuff. At the end of the day, you've got to understand, we've got a lot of youngsters who are also going to be fighting in this event. And that's the whole point of doing this. This is what I want to do. Is I want to get these youngsters off the street and into boxing, into the fight game. You know, this is where we've got to try and teach them discipline instead of going out there and, you know, making a few loose change and, you know, doing stuff that is dirty. Why don't you go out there? Why don't you go in the ring and settle your beef? You know, there's so many stuff that's going on in the streets nowadays. There's knife crime and whatnot. I think that why can't I? That's why I decided to open up my own company and try and get all these youth involved into boxing, you know. People are asking me if I'm looking at getting into the MMA industry as well. Yes, thankfully, people who came to the last event, you saw a massive MMA ring, the cage. That was a nightmare to move, just to let you guys know. Yeah, that was an absolute nightmare. Those jacks that came underneath with it, they weren't even supposed to be for that. But we, you know, somehow moved this, you know, a few tons this thing weighed. I'm not even joking. But obviously, you know, what we're looking at doing is obviously MMA events as well next year. So the aim for this event, the Combat Sports League, we're looking at doing about 3 to 4 shows a year. By next year, we will have belts ready. So if people want to start competing for belts, not a problem. Put your money on the line. Obviously get your fees sorted, get your training sorted out, work hard, and, you know, we'll chuck you in the press conference, and, you know, let's get those words flying across. Has anyone got any questions for the press conference?
When is it?
So we're looking to do a press conference. I'd say about a week. Yeah. So the press conference will tend to be like a week before the event. So like because this is white collar at the end of the day, we're looking to do so a week before, set up the press conference. But so if the people who turned up the last press conference, it was pretty mental. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect that many people. Did you expect? We had about over 100 easily. Not even a joke. We had about 150, 200 people just turn up for jokes. And obviously downstairs, yeah, those guys were plastered. They just come upstairs. I don't even know how they got upstairs, man. But yeah, those guys come upstairs, and the whole atmosphere was ecstatic. It was absolutely off the charts. I've never done something like that in my life. The press conference was absolutely amazing. Obviously, we did that with the TV promotions team. We will do another press conference. That's what makes us different. Because at the end of the day, press conferences is fun, it's exciting, it's something new, and at the end of the day, the reason why I want people to get involved in the event that I'm doing is because I'm providing you guys an opportunity of what it's like to be a pro fighter. You're going to be doing your camps, we've got someone documenting this, so we would have someone recording these sessions, right? So you'll have the opportunity of seeing me get beat up as well, and on recording, right? So there'll be documented sessions on the camp. We'll be trying to do some little edits and stuff, and then get like a nice little promo videos and stuff like that, and get some nice little documents going in, because that's what the aim is. So like, for example, if you see like UFC, they do the Ultimate Fighter, we're looking at doing something similar in the camp. So we've got 8 weeks of a lot of things to do, get some videos in, and get them on the map, get you guys on the map, why not? And then obviously you chuck in the press conference, that's when obviously, by then you'll have a very rough indicator of who you're going to be fighting and stuff like that. And obviously the guys who are doing their rematches, they're going to be at the press conference talking a lot of smack anyway. I know Akil's waiting for it, he's got his lines ready anyway. He's got his Google lines all sorted out. But yeah, so the press conference is going to be exciting. Wear what you want at the press conference, just to let you know. There are some people who will
No suits this
stuff.
time,
I did say, look smart, because we are facing the guys from Slough. Look smart, wear a suit, why not? But for this press conference, I don't mind what you guys are wearing. I have no problem. If you do want to wear my tracksuit, it's not a problem. But what's cool, yeah. So the press conference, talk a lot of smack. But before we do the press conference, we're actually going to do an official weigh-in. So UWCB, when I fought my last fight last year in September, we went to some pub. They made us just do standard face-off and a weigh-in. That's it. And then from there, you have an indicator of who you're fighting against. Normally, you'll be fighting. What in the UWCB industry, how they do it is they do like the matchups. Like if you're 5 kilos below or 5 kilos above, those are the type of people you tend to be facing, all the same weight. The reason why, so let's say for example, I'm weighing at 85. So I'm at the moment like fat right now, yeah. So if I'm 85 kg and let's say I'm facing an 80 kg guy. So obviously a lot of people are thinking the guy who's 80 kg, he might have a disadvantage against me. However, if this 80 kg guy's had about 10 fights and I've had 1 fight, or 2 fights, then he's going to be a lot more confident than me. Does it make sense? He might be 80 kg, but he might be taller. He might be 80 kg, but more experienced. Does it make sense? So you're going to be matched up we're going to match you up as much as we can, as best as we can. That's why it's so important that you guys turn up to camp. If the guys who can't turn up to camp because of location reasons, i.e. London, you obviously need to speak to me, because I would expect the guys who are not coming to camp to at least be recording their sessions, because I need to see what kind of level you guys are at. At the same time, the coaches are extremely important, that the coaches be able to see what you guys are at in terms of your level. Is there any other questions? No? Nope. No one's got any questions?
Nope.
Why is that?
You got it all out.
What about if I finish quite late for work and that? So I might not be able to attend every session. But if I sort of split the sessions up, so at the beginning, middle, and end, so you know what sort of level.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, but where do you normally train anyway? Do you normally train anywhere or what?
Heathrow.
Heathrow, yeah. And you got yourself like, can you do like a bit of boxing or anything like that, like a bit of pad work and stuff? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can you get that documented?
Possibly.
If you can get
Quite
some like
busy,
recording
yeah.
stuff, that'd be quite good.
Okay.
Reason why is because at the end of the day, for example, like if let's say you're not available to come to as many camp sessions, and let's say for example someone's in this camp and they come here every single day, they hardly see you, they've probably done 1 session pad work with you, but they don't remember. Let's say you've just matched up with them now, face to face. You matched up with them, they're probably thinking, I don't even know how this guy trains. I've never seen how he fights, nothing. And it's going to be a lot trickier when you go there and obviously fight, because if anything, you might have the advantage. The reason why you might have the advantage is because these people, their sessions will be recorded. It's going to be documented. You know, like for example, if some of the people, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram or my Facebook and stuff, I would document a lot of these sparring sessions. And there were some wars going on down there, so I'm not going to lie to you. But you know, it's important that people who are fighting keep in touch with me, so then I can obviously provide a better service to you guys. In terms of camp, what I recommend you bring, obviously, is your gloves. So bring in some 16-ounce gloves. If you have problems bringing in 16-ounce gloves, we do have some that are provided at Shin Kicks. We also, I wouldn't worry too much about the groin guards really. You're not fighting for that. So 16-ounce gloves are important. Make sure you got some wraps. You get some hand wraps. Shin Kicks are obviously providing them somewhere here. And obviously at the same time, so you got yourself gloves. What's that, sorry?
So they have some decent wraps, I've walked over them.
Yeah, so they got some decent wraps and he won his fight, so there you are. So if you want to win your fight, buy some wraps from Shin Kicks, wrap them up on fight night, get that win and done. You know what I mean? Yeah, so obviously you got your wraps, you got your gloves, and just obviously bring your standard training gear. You know, there's the shower facilities available. The Kill's always using that as well. Use the shower facilities, but if you want to use the shower facilities, go ahead. Just please don't make a mess. What else is there? Any other questions? Any other questions in regards to the camps or anything like that? No? No? Yes, Akil, you can put those wraps away.
These pink wraps done it for me, bro.
So yeah, no, but apart from that, that's most of it, yeah? Yeah, I think I might be most of it. Okay, alright, we're all done here then. Thank you very much for coming down today. And see you guys at the camp, 2nd of October. But before we go, for the guys who are fighting, if you've got your fees, please bring them in today. Yeah? So if there's anyone that's got their fees in, come see me. I've got my laptop here. I'm already collecting. If you're paying on the day of camp, let me know, because you've got to understand the cost for camps aren't cheap. You know? Huh? So yeah, so obviously the camps cost a lot of money. If you're my neighbour, I know you can do my nutting. But yeah, but the camps cost a lot of money. You know, it's not worth 2 packets of crisps. But yeah, so it's good to get your fees out of the way, get them done and over with, and then we can start proceeding on the real stuff, which is obviously getting your training in. But yeah, apart from that, thank you very much for coming down today. What's that?
Any face-offs today? Let's have some, cool.
Just one thing, Ali.
Yeah, hold on.
When's you know the table tickets? When does the money have to be in for that? I know obviously.
Yeah, so the table
money on the
tickets,
night.
that's a
You
good
know
idea.
you're doing the money on the night for their standing tickets. When does
Yeah,
the
that's a good
table
idea.
tickets need to be?
So
I know you had obviously figures.
No, that was annoying. That was a headache. Look, so listen. So in terms of the table tickets, yeah, money needs to come in soon for that. And I would say let's say the camp started. By the time the camp is started, the designs will already be done. The order for the tickets will already be printed, right? And obviously, prices are, as we already mentioned before, £20 standing, £30 seated, £40 VIP, ringside seats. In terms of getting the money gathered, that needs to be done as soon as those tickets are given to you. As soon as those tickets are done, start working on shifting them, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys want to get paid too, right? So if you want to get paid too, you've got to shift those tickets. Let those people know that, look, I'm fighting, but every time I'm selling something there, you know, I'm either selling, you know, either I'm getting money to fight, or I'm getting money to sell, you know, either the products or my tickets, or all three. Who knows? But regardless, what's happening is that guaranteed 100%, no mucking around. We are paying the fighters, so you got to sell your tickets so we know that you guys are serious, right? At the end of the day, we want to bring a big crowd in. We had just under 500 people in the last one. That was my first ever show. We're looking at bringing another 100 people more. You know what I mean? I'm starting small for now, but we are going to be growing. But I'm looking at bringing another 100 people, 150 people. Why not? We can fill in as many as I want. I don't care. Does that make sense? So in terms of the table money, I would say about 2 weeks before the fight, a week before the fight will go out. If you can bring your money in a week before at the press conference, that'll be decent. I'd appreciate that if you can do that. Because that's extremely important. I've had a lot of guys who come in and pay that last minute, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, a headache. And plus, you know, I don't like having too much money at the desk, and you know, it's just a frustration. My maths is crap, so I'd rather you guys just get this money sorted out nice and early, so I can give it to Dan Sari so he can do the accounting. Does that make sense? Yeah. Good, good.
One important thing, the rent we just done now.
Yeah.
When are we filling these containers for the fighters that are
Yeah, so basically I've spoken to the accountant from the mosque, and he said inshallah by the end of this month the container, so it's already been ordered, everything's been ordered, but it's all on its way, the containers, so that everyone who's fought before, right, and obviously who took part in the event, we obviously want you guys to turn up, yeah, because we want to show that, you know, we can unite as people. Right, we can unite. There's a lot of minorities in this area, and just to show that we can integrate as a society. So, for everyone that got involved in the last event, we want you guys to turn up when the date is confirmed. The time and date is confirmed. Turn up, and we're literally just going to be filling these containers, taking some photos and stuff like that, and that's it. You know, and then obviously we wait for the photos to obviously come through once it's gone through the border, because they've got to connect someone. They've got a person in the border that they can send off this shipping to, right? And then obviously from there, as soon as the container's out in the Syrian border, we have the mosque will have people who will wear the shirts, and then they'll be there straight away. They'll be their volunteers. So the volunteers will start shifting things around and taking pictures just to prove that the charity work that we done last is actually all gone towards the charity cause that we done. Any other questions? Someone put their hand up. Yeah.
How much are we looking to get paid?
How much we're looking to get?
That's an important question. Is it going to be like £10, £20? Be realistic.
So I would say, so let's say for example, yeah, because obviously I don't have the exact figures. The reason why Solomon Raj is not with me here, the man who does all these shows. He's done about 100, 200 shows. He knows how all this stuff works. This is my second one now. But in terms of the money stuff, so what we were talking about here before is that it's either two ways of payment, right? I'll show you the income methods. So two ways of payment. It's quite simple. Let's say, for example, one opportunity could be we have a certain amount of money in a pot, right, per fight. So let's say it could be £100, £200, who knows. But let's say that's about the money that we got in a fight. If a guy wins his fight, he takes about, I'd say, let's say 70%. Yeah? And then, you know, you make yourself, what, 170, and the other person takes away 30 or whatever it is, right? That's an option where a person can make some good money for winning the fight. Maybe even a 60-40, who knows. So that's an option that we're looking at. So either just chuck £100 on each fight and let them do their thing, or, you know, another option is tickets. So either we give cuts, obviously, for tickets / tables sold, and that's another opportunity. So people who are comfortable in selling tickets, you're laughing. There's a lot of money to be made from there. So I would say, for example, let's say tables are sold, you make yourself like 30, 40 quid, maybe even 50 quid, who knows, because they've got VIPs as well available. So at the same time, we've got these lovely tubs, protein, diet whey protein, come with 4 fat burning properties, L-carnitine, CLA, green tea extracts and acar berries. It comes in butterscotch, vanilla ice cream, chocolate brownie and strawberries and cream. So let's say, for example, you're selling these 25 a pop, yeah? You sell these 25 a pop, £5 is in your pocket every single time these are sold. Simple as that. The track suits, hopefully they'll be in stock. Right now they're being at £35, but these are the concept designs. I've got small, medium and large. These are £35. Once these are sold, you'll give yourself £5 commission on top as well. So there's obviously opportunities to make money, you know, in different areas and stuff. So there's a multiple opportunity of streams of income available for you guys. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
Has the matchup been already made?
No.
No.
Of course not. No. Matchups don't get made straight away. No, they don't get made straight away.
5 or 6 weeks.
So yeah, so I would say, let's say you've got an 8-week camp. We start looking at, the aim is to get the rough figures of what's coming into the camp. So let's say it's about 17 people. Let's say it's about 18, 25, 26, whatever. This amount of people coming in. We have a rough idea of who we can match up, and the guys who don't turn up as much, then obviously that's where I get my team to chase them up and get some document or videos. From there, I will speak and the team will speak to the coaches and have a discussion in terms of possible matchmaking. Once that's done, obviously, you know, you'll find out on the face-off press conference. So the aim is obviously people come and do their weigh-ins. Yeah, you do your weigh-ins. I'm thinking I might obviously notify who you'll be facing before your weigh-in. I think that might be decent. But the aim is you do your official weigh-in, then we'll do the press conference. So we'll do the official weigh-in. We'll do a face-off. So what will happen is once the weigh-in's done, which won't be in front of the crowd, then we open the doors for the crowd to come in. They all sit down, same layout as the last press conference. And then what will happen is either me or Dan Sahi, most likely Dan Sahi, will be saying, okay, look, can we have, for example, Akil from the blue corner, heavyweight coming in, so he'll come in. Can we have Talib, titanium Talib, coming in from the red corner, and he'll come in from one side. Face off for a few seconds, and then back, and then they'll just jump in if they're in the main event. So if they're chucking in, if they're in the main card, they'll be sitting on the chairs and stuff. So they'll be in the press conference. So at least people will know straight away, okay, cool, these guys are facing each other. Because then obviously the press conference will make a lot more sense. For example, if let's say Akil's, cussing down someone who's so much lighter than him, it doesn't make no sense. People obviously want to know who they're facing straight away. So we will do the official weigh-ins first, then the face-off introduction and sit down, and then we'll start asking questions to the public. So we will give a mic to the public, and I can guarantee you a lot of the people from the public will be asking questions, so do be prepared. So be prepared for that. Any other questions? No? All done? All good? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming down, guys.